this is Steve Downs, the voice of Master Chief, Spartan 117. Welcome to Quality Time, the KO Koala Entertainment Podcast. Anthony and Skylar will take it from here. Master Chief, out.
Welcome to Quality Time, the KO Koala Entertainment Podcast. My name is Anthony Nicolosi.
And I'm Skylar Sokol.
And today we're talking Fall Guys!
Fallout Boy Guys.
Fallout Guys. For the record, Fallout Boys did have two good CDs, Koalatea Time being the last good one.
Nice.
Had some good
to
jams.
know. I hadn't started my recording when you started the intro, so I had to start it right before I said that, which is why I was slightly delayed.
You guys, dear God, can I win the same hoodie Mr. Anthony is wearing, and it will probably be my size, and I'm a big boy. I'm in.
What are you doing? We're in a podcast.
For those who are listening, we are live streaming our podcast as we do every Monday. You can find us at Twitch at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And I just read a comment by the wild Lynx Potter, straight from England, who wants this hoodie that we're giving away, this thing. So if you're listening to this after the fact, know that you're missing out on live giveaways. It's good stuff.
Twitch.tv/KOKoala_ENT.
That's right. Twitch.tv/KOKoala_ENT, or go to our website, KOKoalaentertainment.com. There you can find links to all our social media.
Boom.
Bang! Fall Guys.
Fall Guys.
We just dropped that information like I drop out of that fucking rotating pillar game.
What,
God,
Jump Showdown? Jump Club?
The one where you like have two poles rotating around?
Yeah, Jump Club. Jump Showdown.
Yeah, fuck that.
I like
shit.
that game.
I quit on that one.
It reminds me of the Fire Bar game from Mario Party. Like that shit.
I think I know what you're talking about on Firebar Mario Party. Like I played Mario Party like back in the 64 days.
I've played Mario Party 1 through Super Mario Party, the latest one. I've played every single one, all 12 I think, or 11, yeah.
Right on. Yeah. I mean, let's start there, right? When Fall Guys showed up, let's see, it's been a couple weeks now, just out of nowhere. The way I immediately categorized it is it's like just endless Mario Party minigames.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't out of nowhere. Well, it's Battle Royale Mario Party minigames, right? And it got announced at Devolver Digital's E3 conference last year.
Oh, really?
And I was super hyped for it once it got announced. I've been following it since then. They had a series of betas over the course of about six months or so. I participated in like the last 2 months of beta. And then they released it to Twitch. They lowered the NDA, all that stuff. And streamers were on that shit right away, dude. People were going for it.
How long was that? How long before full release was that beta?
I think it was like 6 months, but it was very closed down at the beginning,
really?
And they opened it up more and more and more and more as they got closer and closer to release.
Because for me, Fall Guys, never heard of it before this. Like,
oh, yeah, I've been waiting for it since the day it was announced, like a year and a half ago or whatever.
Right now, you can only play it on PS4 and PC.
Yes. They signed a console exclusivity deal with Sony.
Did they?
I assume for some cashola.
I'm pretty sure it's free to play on PS Plus.
It is.
So, yeah, there must be some kind of deal there. Yeah, it's been like I have really enjoyed. This is now my favorite Battle Royale. I mean,
sure.
I'm on the record for saying I'm not really a Battle Royale fan. The shooter versions of things, it's just like there's not enough shooting going on. This kind of a minigame format, rounded minigame format, I kind of wish like even the shooters would do shit like that, where it's like rounds of like objective gameplay that slowly dwindles down the competing pool, if you will.
Yeah.
Until you get to a winner.
Yeah, it's very different than the normal Battle Royale format, which is just like one constant game until there's one person left. Fall Guys feels very different, right? It's like there's breaks in between. It's almost like you're playing a bunch of games, a bunch of small games. You are, right? Rather than just like one whole game. And honestly, I think that like is really positive in a lot of ways. It makes it feel like you're not wasting your time, right? Like also, Fall Guys matches are way shorter than almost any other Battle Royale.
Yep.
Huge plus for me.
No, those are two big things that solve some of my main issues with Battle Royale. That first one you mentioned, that doesn't feel like you're wasting your time as much. I've said that before. Like on the shooter ones, I feel like I spend a ton of time moving around and not that much time actually engaging in
Right.
firefights.
You're not
I
looting,
mean,
waiting to get shot. You're in a game right away.
yes, you're immediately active and need to be participating in that game. You know what I mean? You're not like
to some
there's no
degree.
functional.
We'll talk about that when we get to the game design portion.
So then the other element along how fast the games take, big deal for people like me. It's one of the reasons why I didn't hesitate buying it. We actually talked about this. I'm not sure if it was in the last podcast or the podcast before, but around how important length of playtime was when deciding if you wanted to play a game, if you wanted to buy a game.
Yeah.
For me, that was a big selling point. When I saw, oh shit, I can play 4 games in half an hour, 4 or 5 games. Perfect. That's a big reason why Rocket League and stuff like that have captured my attention too. So I'm a big fan of that as well. Two big things. What's your favorite minigame so far?
All right. Well, how about I give you my top 3 and my bottom 3?
Okay, let's do it.
All right. You think about yours as well. All right.
Okay.
Top game by far. I don't think there's any competition for the best game in Fall Guys. Slime Climb. Rollick said in the chat right as I was about to say it. Slime
The one
Climb.
that has the fucking balls at the very end.
Which
Swinging?
has the slime that slowly raises and has a bunch of shortcuts.
Yeah.
This is the reason this is the best game in Fall Guys by far. It's the only game that has like a non-linear design. You can actually like find shortcuts, do alternate pathways and alternate strategies on the level, and there's tension because you can die, right? It's not like all the other platforming levels where you just like fall and keep going, which is good at the beginning, but for like a late game elimination sort of platforming game, I wish there were like 10 more Slime Climb games. I've told Rollick at times I would play Fall Guys if it was literally just Slime Climb over and over. I would still totally play Fall Guys. That's how much that I love that game.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You said top 3, so that's
number
best.
1. That one is like so far ahead of all the others, though. Let me say, like the rest of the games, besides the ones I hate, are like very much well balanced. I think in the middle are like all the jumping games, like all the platforming games. I really like the gate one where you have to jump over the gates, not the one where you have to destroy the gates. The one with the like spinning platforms, whirligig, where they're spinning, you have to jump between them. The one with the like spinning ones that have the bar that hits you. All of the like general platforming ones where your goal is to platform and get to the end are my favorite. Those like basically my top 3 isn't really a top 3. It's just like all of the platforming mini games are my favorite. And then bottom.
I'll take it.
Bottom,
Yes.
Worst game in Fall Guys. I was actually convinced by someone. Well, okay, no. Here's my opinion. Worst game in Fall Guys, Hoopsie Daisy. The one where you have to jump through the hoops.
I don't even know if I've played that
Fucking
one. It sounds
sucks.
familiar,
Terrible.
but
Hate
okay.
it. Second worst game in Fall Guys. Maybe.
Oh, I know what the hoops one is.
Yeah.
That you hate. Why? Because it just like randomly
It's
spawns.
so random. Yeah, it's so random. Team Tail Tag, not great. Although the map is designed well, which makes it kind of fun. Jinxed, fun to play, but really badly balanced.
Jinx. Which one is Jinx?
That's the coronavirus simulator, where one person is diseased and they like disease the enemy team, and then the disease spreads, and
definitely
whichever
not
team
played
is
that
fully
one. That's pretty
diseased
cool, though.
loses. It's a cool design, but the problem is the better your team is doing, the harder it is to win because the more enemies are diseased. So it like always comes down to like the last person on each team. So it feels very random.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's my opinions. I got some opinions on games in the middle, but why don't you give us some of your opinions
The
first?
fact that random plays into the games that you don't like is not surprising to me. I mean, well, maybe we can touch on that.
Yeah, I want my skill to matter, right? Like, so.
Well, so the first thing I'll say right away when I'm talking about my favorite games and my least favorite games is I think we're expecting different things out of this game because I am not necessarily playing to win. I like of course I'm naturally trying to, like, I need to move forward. Like, it's if I'm playing Slime Climb and I just stand there and get slimed, it's not really fun. But at the same time, it's more interesting for me if I come to a crossroad. Like, for example, the other day I was playing Slime Climb, and there's, you know how you can jump on those triangles, those bouncing ones?
Well, the first shortcut, yeah.
Yeah, one of those shortcuts that you were mentioning before. There was this. We got after having done that shortcut, we got pushed off by one of the push
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Discord. All right, you back?
Hello?
Hello, you're back. We got a Discord issue.
Okay.
Let me get my cam back on. No, it's fine. I'll fix it in post. Just write down the timestamp. 9:40-ish. All right, cool. All right, just continue what you're saying.
Yeah, so what I was saying is that Slime Climb. So there was this game of Slime Climb where there's these triangles that you can jump on. It's one of these shortcuts that you will.
And he's gone. Where'd you go?
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but your webcam's off.
I got DC. Discord shitting the bed today.
All right, try
Discord.
Try again.
I'm back though.
Yep, we're good.
Right.
Go for it.
So, playing a game of Slime Climb. And at the beginning of Slime Climb, there's those triangles that you can bounce off of and take a shortcut, as you alluded to. Me and a group of people obviously did that jump and subsequently got pushed off by the pushers, if that makes sense. Now, the slime at this point was getting close because we had missed it a couple times. So people were going for the jump, and instead of trying to survive, I just tried to grab somebody.
Uh-huh.
And I did, and we both died, and I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Uh-huh.
So, like, keep that in mind. You know, keep that perspective in mind as I tell you. My very favorite game is the eggs one.
Are you all on fucking kidding me?
I love that
Egg
one.
Scramble
because it's fucking wacko, dude. Everyone's like. And probably second is the one where it's like volleyballs and you're trying to hit them into like the categories.
Hoarder? Oh, sorry, I forgot to say. Hoarders is also my bottom 3. The one where there's 5 balls and you have to get them into your colored team area, and whoever has the least balls at the end.
About.
Yeah, I think that game is fucking horrible.
Oh, I love it. It's so much fun. It's like just wacko, and you try and time the hit, but like there doesn't seem to be a lot of sense sometimes into how you need to hit it.
Why is that fun for you? Why is having the physics be inconsistent fun?
It's just a huge fuck around. Like the ball is just like all over the place, and you're like diving at it, and you're trying to tell your fucking teammate like, "Let's go," but he fucks up, so you hit it and some shit, and you get fucked, and they get fucked. Like,
I think that's fun. I think like in fall ball, that's fun in the soccer one, but in like, Hoarders, it feels way more random.
Soccer is the one where you have like the 2 soccer balls, right?
Yeah,
that's up there for me too. I think probably eggs. The volleyball one and soccer are my top 3. I love those.
Egg Scramble is one of the least popular games in all of Fall Guys. In the beta, it was the game people were asking to be removed the most of any game, as far as I could tell.
Oh, my least favorite for sure is fucking Seesaw. 100%.
Seesaw, really? I think Seesaw's fun.
Seesaw is trash as fuck. Like, I love the eggs. The eggs also, what's really fun is like when somebody's like running with it. And like they'll like get whacked by the hammer, and that goes like firing off over here, and you like dive and try and grab it, and you knock it in this way. That's fun. I don't really, like I said, I don't really give a fuck on like winning or not. Although I will tell you another one that was fun, that you can tell me which one it was. But we had like, I don't think it was the very last round, but it was the round before, and it was like a sequence of team things, which at the end involved like you're pushing a big
roller ball something where you roll the ball up the hill, right? I like that game. I think that's one of the best designed team games in Fall Guys, actually.
Yeah, that one was fun.
Yeah.
So,
I also really like Tiptoe as well. The one where you have to get the invisible pathway, like reveal the spots in the invisible path and then jump. I like that one.
That makes for some good laughs. I would say that's not least favorite or most favorite for me.
Yeah.
As you can, like, these games are mostly like how funny are they? Like, how much fun are they to like actually? I love like diving around. It's my favorite mechanic.
Right. So you don't really care about whether you feel like you have control or impact on whether your team wins.
I mean, I feel like we all have a random amount of impact.
So no, you don't have impact then.
Not
you
really.
Don't you don't care though.
Not for this one, at least.
Interesting. See, because like in Mario Party, I care about like the whole point is to win the mini games. Like, why are you playing them if you're not trying to win? Just to like have a romp old time.
I did the same thing on Mario Party though. That's maybe also a reason why like I don't like super stick to Mario Party because I don't find it like engaging from like I hope I win this game. It's more of like this is just fun to have when you're having a like huge LAN party kind of a thing and you got good snacks and you got good drinks or something. Mario Party's fucking fun. It's like wacko fun kind of a thing. Not like I hope I win kind of a thing. Least favorite, Seesaw, definitely my least favorite. Second least favorite is that fucking double spinning poles. It's fucking stupid.
Jump Club. Interesting.
I hate Jump Club.
I like that one a lot. God. It's all about reflexes and timing. So it is long. And I think a lot of the games, there are some games that are long and it's bad. Like that one is too long. It needs to get harder, faster. And also the one with the big like rolling log where the different sections roll in different directions. Yep. That one too needs to get harder, faster. And I think that would solve the problems with a lot of the games that just take way too long. So Seesaws needs better design. It just takes way too long as well. But the other ones that take too long are because they're not getting hard fast enough.
That one 100%. My biggest issue is it doesn't get harder fast enough. That's one when we were talking about like you don't feel like you're wasting time playing it. That's one where I definitely feel like I'm wasting time. I revert to trying to grab people fall a lot on that level because I'm just not having fun. I'm like I'm just gonna see if I can fuck somebody up or something and like get me out of this queue. Like another least favorite. I actually really like Slime Cup. It's up there. I think I would prefer to play all the other ones more that I mentioned, but I really like Slime Club.
Why do you like Slime Climb? That game is
Slime Climb though has some fucking hilarious moments when like you, especially at the end, the amount of times I've either gotten whacked off by that fucking last ball or I held somebody who did. Fuck, dude, they're so funny.
That's why and that's why Slime Climb is a better design than a lot of the other platforming games because it has that risk factor, right? That the other games don't really have. Like if you fall off, you can still make it, right?
I'm trying to think of these other platforming, So anyway, ones I don't like. The memory one is like whatever.
So the memory one also I think is poorly designed. It needs to either have it needs to eliminate more people. It usually eliminates 2 to 3 people. So the memory one. Are you back? Turn on camera. There we go. What time is it? 17:19.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, Discord's being silly.
It was being shitty earlier too.
Yep. All right, I'm just gonna start back where I was talking. So, the problem with the memory game is that not enough people get eliminated, and I think there's a few ways to solve it. You could have smaller platforms, or you could just make it, once again, get harder faster, right? Like start at the second or the third level and make it harder. But even then, like people just end up following other people around. So I don't know how to bet. Like this was a problem in beta too. I really like the concept of the memory game, but I think it doesn't do its job. It doesn't like eliminate anyone.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that making the spinning pole jumper one faster,
harder,
faster. Yeah, harder, faster, and the memory one harder would make me like those two the most. There might be others. I think that some of the others I might not like are around that memory game amount of dislike. So,
cool.
Are there any mechanics that you wish they'd add by chance?
Have
you thought about that?
No, honestly, I just want more games.
Okay.
More mini games, I think, and balancing of the existing games, I think, is the thing that I want the most from Fall Guys right now. And fixing all the shitty bugs they have, like the names not working. Like, I can't believe they still haven't fixed that. They're too busy trying to get money on their cosmetics, and that's it.
Are they pulling an H1Z1? They better not.
I don't know.
The H1Z1. I actually still to this day think H1Z1 was like the most appealing first-person shooter battle royale that I saw. It seemed like you got into action fast or whatever, but yeah, they just went ham on loot boxes and microtransactions and prioritize that over gameplay. And
Yeah,
that's
H1Z1
what we
isn't
have.
really a battle royale; it's more of a survival game. But yeah,
But they made a King of the Hill. They made the
right,
Battle Royale variant.
right.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Wait,
what
sorry, so that's
mechanic do you want?
I want a bump. I want like a small little like bump. It doesn't have to be like a full-on melee where you really fucking hit them or anything. But I want this like small little bump. Equivalent. It feels like equivalent to the amount that would impact you as like when you do a hop on Mario Kart.
Huh. Interesting. And you don't think I think it's interesting that the grab like sort of accomplishes that in like a very unique way. And I feel like if you
The
added a
grab
bump,
is
people would just be like mashing it
inconsistent.
constantly. Yeah, it's inconsistent. But you said you don't mind because that adds to like the fun because the inconsistency makes it more wacky, right?
It does make it wacky, but I'd also like. I think a bump would also make it wacky. Also make it harder to like stay on the fucking memory thing. Imagine if like everybody like runs in and you can do these little bumps.
Yeah, I think that would break a lot of the games, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think it would too. But this game already seems like clearly I'm not in it for the well-designed elements of it or the well breakdown. I just want some crazy fun, man. I want to get like what was that hot dog hacker guy? Hackers, dude. We should talk about that one. I feel like hackers in this one every time I've played since the time before we played, there's been at least one hacker in there.
Really? I get them pretty rarely. I think I've had one, maybe. One or two ever. Two. I think I've had
Damn.
two ever.
So
And I've played a lot more
like
games
6.
than you. Are you sure they're actually hackers?
They fly up in the air
Oh,
like
then
that
yes.
one dude.
Then they're actually hackers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
Guy.
They apparently have like algorithms to detect if people are cheating, but I don't really see them working. I don't know. I have a lot of skepticism on the devs like experience with one networking like development and two security development. Like they are doing a very bad job with a lot of that, unfortunately.
Yeah, we have some links in the chat. Inconsistent equals shit game.
I
One
agree,
reason
links
I love Rocket
100%.
League.
I agree 100%,
Yeah,
links.
I don't necessarily agree from a like if you play it from a competitive perspective, like yeah, fuck yeah, it makes it a shit game. But if it's, I think you can. All games don't need to be inherently like. The main fun in the game doesn't have to necessarily always be to win. That's why I think. I think you can play games for.
But that's a game almost always has a win condition, right? And isn't that
It
like
has
the
a
goal of
end
the game?
condition. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, maybe you're setting your own goals that are different, but the game inherently has a goal, which is to be the last one standing, right? So you should design for that, right? That should be what the game is designed for. If their goal is for wacky fun, then they should design for that. But then the game wouldn't be a battle royale, probably.
I think, for example, when you have social mode, like Rumble, right? So Rumble, there's strategy around the different kinds of pickups that or powers, whatever that you get, but you are randomly assigned them, blah blah blah. So there's an element of fun to that I think makes it a little different than the competitive one. Like the mechanics are balanced, but they could totally be like fucked for a particular. You could get like totally fucked for a particular setup, right?
I mean, on occasion, but I think that randomness is way less inconsistent than the randomness in Fall Guys.
Oh, I agree, but like,
so I don't mind that, right? There's like a border.
I think that like in shooters, you have casual modes and you have competitive modes, and the thing you give up in casual outside of like maybe tighter matchmaking and stuff is sometimes just inherently the nature of the modes. Like,
right.
Maybe this is because I grew up playing Halo, but you have playlists where like you're just in a warthog with gravity hammers and you're just fucking each other up. Nobody like really gives a shit if they win because the game like goes to completion and stuff. It's just mostly about like it's fucking hilarious to knock warthogs around with.
Sure. And that mode is designed for that, right? Whereas like Fall Guys is not necessarily designed. I mean, it is to some degree, right? But it's interesting for them to balance that design problem.
I agree with you. I think the way people are playing it is more in line of what you're playing. Like people are playing this thing.
I mean, that's how people play battle royales. That's the point of a battle royale, to be the last one standing, right?
Yeah. But yeah, for me, it just feels more on the like casual, or at least I'm enjoying it, playing it more on the casual Mario Party night with friends, fun kind of a fun.
I just want to get all those sweet cosmetics, and you got to win to get those.
I mean, if they made a Halo one, I'd be in there.
A Master Chief that you would be sweating hard.
Oh yeah, I'd just be paying hard.
Speaking of cosmetics, Fall Guys did a very interesting thing, which is they opened a competition for people to donate money to charity, and whoever pledges to donate the most money to charity, they will give a cosmetic to.
Who's winning right now? Is it Ninja? And
there was a bidet company that was winning, who had a shirt that said, ask me about my butthole. It's pretty amazing. There's some other groups that have put in. G2 put a lot of money down. I think Mr. Beast put down 400. He put $100,000 down to raise it immediately. I don't even know where it's at now. It'll be interesting to see though. I think that's a really cool marketing strategy though, and I am totally a supporter of putting that money towards charity. One sec, stream. Sorry. Fall Guys is taking 0% of that money, literally 0%, and that's awesome to me.
Yep. And I think that touches on one thing I wanted to talk about, which is the way they're running their Twitter specifically. I would say social media, but I feel like their presence has really just been sort of focused into their Twitter presence. They're not really doing much on Instagram.
They have a very active Discord.
Okay, so yeah, on Twitter they I would say that a thing game studio should take note of is that the way they're communicating seems very personable, not very corporate at all.
It's very casual, yeah.
Very casual. I think it's very in the now, kind of cultured.
Yeah. Shouts to Oscar, their community manager or their social media manager. Yep. I think he's doing a great job. He has a really relatable Twitter personality. They troll the shit out of streamers who are doing bad, stuff like that, right? They're doing a very casual sort of Twitter demeanor. And I mean that works totally for Fall Guys. I don't know if other companies could get away with it who want their games to be taken super seriously, but maybe.
Yes, one studio or company that immediately sort of responded to it here recently was Cyberpunk. So Cyberpunk started talking back to the Fall Guys Twitter in a similarly casual kind of way, which I would say was different than the way that account was talking before, and had great engagement from there. Obviously, it's capitalizing on the Fall Guys moment, but at least, I don't know. My opinion, it also is probably based around sort of the demographic you're engaging with, and like you said, the tone you're trying to set. But I think there's something to note there. The human element of their communication, I think, is well received. Compare it to, for example, okay, a couple weeks ago, Aeon Must Die. Did you hear about that?
No.
Aeon Must Die? Okay, Aeon Must Die is made by an indie studio that I'm forgetting their name. Focus Interactive, I believe, is the publisher who's published it, in an indie publisher. And basically, Aeon Must Die was a really cool game. It looked like a really cool game. I didn't see it live, but I saw it after the fact from the PlayStation conference in August, I want to say.
Okay.
Anyway, after the fact, news broke that publisher and that studio is just crunching those people insanely to the point where they're working 90+ hours, taking Adderall to be able to hit deadlines and shit. Yeah, real good.
I did see this. I saw that.
Yes. So after all this broke out, the communication out of the publisher is just the correlation I wanted to draw. It was very just saying a bunch of shit but saying nothing, right? Kind of a standard corporate stuff. And I just that everybody, that shit don't fly no more, in my opinion, for a lot of people. And obviously different kind of tone in what the messaging's about, but still.
I got you.
Props to Oscar and the Fall Guys Twitter team in particular.
Yeah.
So.
I think one last thing. It's very interesting how popular Fall Guys is when they didn't do the normal sponsored streamer shit, right? Because they didn't have to, because they actually had a quality product, regardless of the fact that they're some of the quality is very lacking in my opinion, but the core gameplay loop is very high quality, and that worked, and it worked well enough that people were willing to dismiss all of their horrible server issues and everything. But people just played it, and it got super popular, right? It didn't need this like streamer push, and I think that's sort of unique nowadays because the last few really popular games had that streamer push, like Valorant, for example. So
yep, I don't know. I'd like to think that some of the
sorry,
elements
that sponsored streamer push. I mean, this one obviously had a streamer push, but it was organic.
I'd like to think that some of the elements that I was talking about before that interest me enough into trying it out, even though I'm not playing it to win, might be some of the same things that get people into checking it out initially, especially since on Steam it's $20. It's not free, you know.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. I think I personally am very happy that a game so light, at least to me, lighthearted in nature, even though it is competitive, but like and fun and minigame-ish focused is doing well.
Yeah, me too. I love minigame focused games. So to see one, I mean, like I said, I've been following this since it was announced because it looked like an exact kind of game I would love. So, yeah.
And do you know about Mediatronic at all? Because like,
no,
they're just like some small indie studio.
They have a
right?
garbage name. That's all I know about them.
But I'm also happy for them as a fellow indie people.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
like,
Devolver publishes great games and they pull in great studios, and this is another example
Devolver
of
did
that.
great. Yeah, Devolver did it again. Very good. Okay, I think that's about all I've got on that. We gave away a copy of Fall Guys last time on stream. Who ended up with that? I'm trying to think.
I don't remember, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah. They loved it.
That's good. Where can people find us?
You can find us at kokoalaentertainment.com. There you can find the links to all of our social media, including Instagram, where we do giveaways, Twitter, where we do giveaways, Discord, where we do giveaways, especially Discord. Jump into Discord. There you can become acquainted. We have become acquainted with the lore of the extended universe of our upcoming game. We had some projects. You get placed into one of 3 projects randomly. You begin researching to unlock milestones, lore milestones, different awards that help you, potentially help you in your chances in winning giveaways. It's just great stuff all around, and you can talk to us and hang out with the community. There, it is the epicenter. It is the soul of KO Koala community. So join us there. You can check out our YouTube. You can also find a link at kokoalaentertainment.com. Trying to drop at least a video a week for you guys around various topics. If you're a Halo fan listening to this, check it out. There's a lot of Halo content recently surrounding Infinite's reveal and its delay. So right on. And of course, finally, check out our merch. If you go to kokoalaentertainment.com, you can get a link to our merch. We have this design for those who are watching live. This is our summer 2020 Koalatea design, and it is going away September 26th forever. You cannot get it again. So that's kind of rare, One day, when KO Koala reigns supreme, you'll be like, "Fuck, dude, you have summer 2020 Koalatea? Fuck, dude, that's cool."
All right, anyway, thanks for listening.
Right on. Thanks for listening. Until next time.
Goodbye.